Previously on the road to fit. I'm just having a hard time getting 4 days of OMAD in. I'm going to start trying to do alternate day fasting. There seems to be a common denominator with people who have been fit their entire lives and don't seem to have a problem staying fit. My mom has always been in good shape. The girl from Landman, Adrena Petridge, there's a couple other that they've always been in really great shape. They all seem to be very intrinsically motivated. They're very attuned to their bodies and their emotions. Operate everything based on how they feel and how their body feels, mind, body, and soul, right? When you're tuned into your own body, you make healthier choices. I think that's why I found myself being like, I know I'm full. I know this doesn't make my body feel good. Why do I keep doing it? I think it's because I let myself get tuned out of myself. I am about to eat some salmon and salad, pita and hummus, which is a lot healthier than what I normally eat. I didn't battle with myself on what to eat for dinner. I think that ADF is helping. The thing that I truly believe that's helping me the most is going from self-abandoning to choosing myself, to being selfish, to prioritizing myself. I think the past few years I've been self-abandoning, not on purpose, but it's resulted in me gaining weight. Now that I am actively choosing myself, being more selfish, prioritizing what I want, prioritizing my needs, I'm starting to naturally make choices that are good for me as a result. And when we self-abandon, it translates to everything else. I end up self-abandoning my body. Everything happens in here before it happens outwardly. By choosing myself, prioritizing myself, I believe that I'm satisfying that need. Whatever need food was for me, food is loosening up. It's starting to be less of an emotional thing. The hard part is being in the uncomfortable stuff. Is being in the letting people down stuff, being rude stuff. You feel like you're being rude or being mean or being harsh or whatever. And maybe sometimes as I'm learning, I will be, and I'll correct it. I haven't fasted yet this week. My goal right now is really just to get used to fasting regularly. I want to get 2 days of fasting in this week. Once I get used to fasting, then I'll focus on changing my foods, getting more nutritious things. Hopefully already starting to do that just naturally. It felt so good last night to just eat veggies, not because I was hungry for them, but just because I was like, this is an act of love towards myself. And it felt good. It felt really good. I wholeheartedly believe that the reason why my choices are starting to change is because I'm doing the uncomfortable thing of prioritizing myself, what I want, what I need, what my emotions are, my feelings, because I'm getting better at being uncomfortable and doing the things that I need to do for myself. It's starting to change my choices, my food choices. It's exciting to feel the difference. I have to keep working at it and getting better at it. The more I can tune into my body, it's training me to stay tuned into myself. That is the key to all of this. I think that's what's gonna allow me to get fit and stay fit. Okay, so it's a fasting day and I'm gonna be focused on how this is good for my digestion. My digestion has been on the fritz for the past few years. So the fasting is gonna help regenerate new cells. It's just so good and healthy for my body. And most of all, I can tell my body loves it. My train of thought before would have been like, I'm fasting so I can get a result. I was just wanting the weight off. I was just wanting my body to change. My mentality now, because I was just thinking this, like, oh, I'm a little hungry, maybe you get some chicken. I don't want the chicken. because I actually just want my body to have a rest. I want my digestion system to have a rest. My body feels good when I fast for an entire day. It ends up being like 36 to 40 hours of fasting. I can tell my body's enjoying it. It's doing stuff that it normally doesn't do. Even though I still want the results, I'm operating from being intrinsically motivated, from learning how to get in tune with myself, what I want, what I need, how my body feels. It's that instant gratification. I know tonight I'm gonna feel my stomach like making noises, and I can just feel it's doing its thing, the thing that it needs to do, and it feels good. All right, y'all, I am definitely hungry. I'm definitely looking forward to eating tomorrow. I know I'm gonna feel good in the morning when I wake up, and I accomplished a whole day of fasting. Like, it makes the scale jump, it affects my calorie count. The better I can get at fasting regularly, the better my body's gonna feel. And it's cool that I'm actually starting to make decisions based on how I feel because of prioritizing myself. That's what's making the difference. But I am ready to eat tomorrow. Good morning, fam. I think this is only my second day of fasting in, and it just makes me feel so accomplished. I did start getting a headache last night. Let me find my stand so I can get you guys set up. I can tell that my body just loves the fasting. It just gives it a rest from all of the things. I'm just gonna try and hydrate a little extra today, get a little extra sodium in so that everything's taken care of. Let me set you guys up. I get hunger pains a lot from 5 o'clock on, especially like 7, 8, 9 o'clock. It's like, oh my gosh. And then the next morning I wake up and I feel so good, like so accomplished. You know what I realize is that doing alternate day fasting is like, for all of us who are like roller coaster dieters, it's kind of like not being able to commit to a diet. You know, it's always like, okay, this time for real, I'm gonna, you know, change my lifestyle, and then it never happens. But I can do alternate day fasting because it's like just a 24-hour commitment. It's just for one day, and then the next day I eat. So that's for all of us who have a hard time committing to diets. I think it's perfect. I suspect what's gonna happen is eventually, like, it starts to feel good. I start to enjoy it more. I'm even thinking about it, and it just becomes a part of relationship, a part of regular rotation. And then I'm like, how did I even get here? How did this even happen? But yeah, so, I think this is the diet for me. I'm not even hungry right now, so I think I'm just gonna hit the gym and then have some avocado toast after. The ability to just still eat whatever I want is vital. I do want to start eating cleaner and just like protein and veggies and greens, and I'll get there. It's just one step at a time. Right now I just need to get my volume in order, and I honestly think it's gonna start happening naturally, where I just start gravitating towards better foods. First day of fasting done for the week. I actually hit 220 this morning, but I am gonna wait to mark it on here. I wanna wait till I go past 220. So once I hit 219, and I don't think I've showed you guys this yet, but this is my little road to fit. This is losing 100 pounds. I started my highest weight when I made this. I think this was in week 2. I got up to 226, so I just put that as my start. There are so many changes. This journey is all about self-love. Sorry, it's hot here. I'm starting to get a little excited about bringing more vegetables into my diet, as crazy as that sounds. It's an act of self-love. It feels so cheesy to say it out loud, but it really is. I think that the way to lose weight is to start with little tiny acts of self-love towards yourself, which means choosing yourself, being in that uncomfortable space to choose yourself. Little things like, hey, I'm just gonna have a couple bites of salad just because I know that's choosing me. That's a little bit of self-love. I feel like it's starting to be more of a natural thing. I have always had this love for dance. I found myself this morning looking at dance tutorials, and I'm watching them. I really want to learn this dance. It's When We by Tank. Y'all, the choreography is amazing. So I love it. It's something that I just purely enjoy. As I'm watching it, I'm like dissecting it, of course, and I'm like, okay, I've got to get my hamstrings limber, because you know, you gotta you've gotta like bend over completely and keep them legs straight. So I've really got to like stretch out my hamstrings, because I am not that limber, but I am going to get that limber. But I'm telling myself as I'm watching this video, like, okay, I am going to get my hamstrings limber, and I'm going to give that to myself, so I can have this experience of performing this dance and just being in that energy. And that's something that I just love and enjoy, and I'm going to do that for myself. I am going to give that to myself, and it's an act of self-love. And I just think that the way to get fit is any act of self-love, letting it in. Like, you deserve that. You deserve that. You deserve to give yourself that self-love. You deserve to choose yourself, and just let it start seeping in and build on it and let it grow. In those moments where I start to choose myself, it feels a little like, you know, when you get bougie a little bit and you're like, ooh, this feels kind of nice. That's how it feels. Like, first you feel uncomfortable in choosing yourself because you don't want to be selfish and it's just uncomfortable, but then you get over it and you realize, like, no, that's good, I need to do those things, there's, you know, a certain line, and then you start to feel really good about it and you're like, I kind of like this. So anyway, yeah, let me know how you chose yourself today. I believe that other people will benefit from it, because when your cup is full and then you give from overflow, it's a good feeling. Yeah, so here we go, week 4. It's so crazy, you guys. It's 3:20. I'm not even hungry. All I've eaten today is avocado toast. Normally, I would be like, okay, I've got to eat all of the things today because I want to try and fast tomorrow. It's so weird. Good morning, you guys. I can't believe that I only ate avocado toast and fried chicken salad yesterday. Fasting day today. This will be my second fasting day this week, and I weighed in at 220, but that's not, I mean, that's good. That's exciting to see the scale move. But what's really driving me genuinely is my body feels better, my bloating has gone down, figuring out just the like self-satisfaction of figuring out the diet for me, figuring out what works, working through the hard times, like starting with OMAD and switching it up to alternate day fasting, and seeing my relationship with food change, where I found myself yesterday like, oh my gosh, I haven't even had any hunger pains, and just genuinely just wanting salad, and noticing that, yeah, my choices have started to gradually change naturally, not willpower, but because I'm putting myself first. I'm learning how to prioritize myself better. That's the key for me, is doing the uncomfortable stuff of putting yourself first. What's changing everything in my subconscious, and why I feel like I used to self-sabotage. Honestly, one of my favorite shifts and changes is like kind of this feeling of stability. It feels like a magnet when you have like two of the same sides on the same side, and you're trying to like push them together, but they're just like so close and they just won't quite click. And then you flip it around and boop, that's what it feels like. My energy from a few weeks ago to now feels so different. And I really think it's just because I'm practicing doing the uncomfortable thing and putting myself first. Of course, not in like a mean way to others or anything like that, but just prioritizing myself. All right, you guys, I don't want to jump the gun, but I feel like I've already got this fasting thing like down packed. I just got a hunger pain and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not fasting today. Like, it just already feels like standard operating procedure. It already feels like, oh, part of my lifestyle. I don't know, we'll see. Second day of fasting in. Good morning, you guys. I woke up at 217.3, so I'm down almost 10 pounds. I think it's like 9.3 pounds. I definitely am gonna eat today. One thing that I noticed last night is I have like keto breath, where I feel like my body's in ketosis, like has that metallic taste in your mouth. I'm so glad I decided to go with the slow and steady start. Like, it's week 4 and I'm starting to like get rhythm. Though for the past few years, whenever I try to start, it's like, you know, I'm white knuckling it. If you've ever like done the thing where you have to like hold something up and it's like easy for 2 seconds, and then after 10 minutes your arm starts getting tired. That's how it is. Willpower is a muscle. And so this is not using willpower. By creating this habit and making it slow and steady, I think it's helped me a lot and will make it a lot more sustainable for me. My stomach feels so much better. I feel better. I just feel very proud of myself to finally make some changes. The energy is different. My energy just feels different, feels more secure. It's not a house of cards. All of this is coming from a different place. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I can't wait to see y'all next week. Mwah.
All right, y'all, so I weighed in this week at 217.3, putting me down 5 pounds from last week and down for a total of 9.3 pounds. I can even see a little bit of a difference in my stomach, but the real win is in me choosing myself and me doing the uncomfortable stuff. That's the reason why my choices are changing, because I'm putting myself before everything else. So comment below one of your favorite acts of self-love. Thank you guys so much for watching as always, and I can't wait to see you guys next week. Mwah. Next time on The Road to Fit.
My appetite has been so different over the past 5 days.
So this is the end of week 5.